Tonight, dangerously cold conditions begin and carry all over through the weekend and all the way into your Sunday morning. Where I'll have more about this coming up for you in just a moment when I return.
Right now this morning, shoppers are prepping for the cold weekend ahead. I'll have more info on that up next.
A new state law changes when parents must be contacted if a sexual offense is reported at school. We'll have the new same-day deadline. And holiday shopping is underway. Some factors putting new pressure on shoppers and small businesses here in the Coulee region. We'll explain. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Friday, December 12th. Happy Friday, everybody. It's just about 6 a.m. and we'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett in the Weather Center, tracking this bitterly cold that we have on the way.
Yeah, that's going to be something else. All this colder air is going to drop on top of us now. We've had some cold air before, but not like this. We're going to be seeing this dangerously cold conditions with tonight all the way through Sunday morning, giving way to this. Wind chills down to about -35. We could also see low temperatures that could drop to -20. That is for all locations. Now, the winds are going to be gusty out there. We're going to see winds up to 30 miles per hour plus in some cases, holding on to that, maybe even bumping up a little bit more so. Snowfall comes in as we finish out this morning going into the early afternoon. We should finish before the 1 o'clock hour. Then we get into how this all plays out. These are all the alerts that are starting up right now for pretty much the cold weather coming in because of the wind chill that's kicking in. -15 to -35 degrees expected. Now you can see how widespread that is. And you notice that Prairie du Chien is not in that just yet. We'll also pick up as we go widespread here a little bit wider. You're going to be seeing more snow coming in. We have a weak troughing pattern. It's also ushering in some snowfall that's over by Twin Cities right now and headed our way as we go through the morning hours, possibly by mid-morning and then finishing out by the noon hour or so and shortly after that. We have more snow possibly on the way, but a lot of that snowfall you saw is going to be diving south of us, going towards Iowa and then a little bit more so to the east as well. Lows this morning, we're looking at -7 now to at least 2 degrees for La Crosse, -6 as you get into Eau Claire, 8 degrees for areas right by Prairie du Chien and Boscobel. You have quiet weather right now this early morning. Giving away to this, though, we'll have increasing clouds taking us to snowfall, as you can see, going through the morning hours possibly and into the afternoon for La Crosse and Eau Claire. We'll see that for the mid-morning hours, continuing on into the noon hour and then finishing off. We'll go right back into what we're expecting, just like we had yesterday, about a ½ inch to 2 inches for La Crosse, maybe an inch or so or less for Eau Claire, 2 to 5 inches around Prairie du Chien and areas to the west as you get into portions of Iowa as well as Minnesota. Tomorrow's lows, you can see them right there, -13 for Ladysmith, -11 for Eau Claire, and of course -4 for La Crosse, getting down to 1 degree for Prairie du Chien. And as again, we're going to see those temperatures to be 2 to 5 degrees for the weekend. Those are the highs. Temperatures will bounce up a little bit as we get into next week, but you're going to be seeing the wind gusts, as I told you in the morning. For tomorrow, you're going to be up to 18 to possibly 20 miles per hour, and that's just a start. When I come back, I'll have a better overview of how this all shapes up, so please stick around.
Temperatures are set to plummet this weekend with some areas dropping to -20 or colder. News 8 Now, Seth Padilla is live at Hy-Vee. Seth, how are people preparing?
Alexandra, people are stocking up on basic items and the essentials, things like bread and milk. But the main thing, though, is they don't want to deal with the cold this weekend. Now, Sunday will have the coldest morning of the weekend, with temperatures plummeting to -10 and -15. The dangerous cold has some people planning ahead, though, like I said, grabbing groceries and other essentials. And if you do plan on going out Sunday for things like church or grocery shopping, be sure to bundle up because it's going to be very cold. Live in Hy-Vee, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you, Seth. And disabled citizens are facing barriers when sidewalks go unshoveled. News 8 Now's Grace Monk has more on why advocates are speaking out.
Residents with disabilities say snow isn't being cleared off of every sidewalk in the city, making it dangerous and difficult for them to get around. The Committee for Citizens with Disabilities discussing the issue Thursday morning.
I'm literally sick to my stomach when I leave the grocery store because I know chances are I'm going to have to go into traffic.
Current rules require residents and business owners to shovel sidewalks within 24 hours of snowfall. If sidewalks aren't shoveled, the city is supposed to clear them and bill the homeowner. But some wheelchair users say that's not happening.
Last week I was in Copeland Park. They plowed all the roadways and left all the handicap ramps full of snow.
McKinney says wheelchair users have two options when sidewalks aren't cleared: use the street or find a way to push through.
If I have to, I get up and I walk behind my wheelchair and hop on my one leg. You never know when there's ice underneath or anything, and I could take a spill real easily.
Committee members plan to explore ways to improve sidewalk conditions and hope residents will do their part this winter.
It gets in the way of people being able to get to where they need to get to their job, and just get out of the cold in a quick and safe manner.
Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now This Morning.
La Crosse will open its emergency day center Sunday in response to the extreme cold. That'll be open from 8 a.m. till 7 p.m. at 713 James Street. Any adult seeking shelter from the cold is welcome.
This is meant for anybody that might be a little bit more vulnerable in the cold. We want them to have a safe place to go, just as much as we want individuals that might be experiencing homelessness to have a warm, safe place to go during the day.
The city will determine future openings on a daily basis and will provide free public transportation to and from the shelter. A reminder for you, when the cold and snow move in, you can track it all 24/7 with our First Warn weather app. The holidays mean gift wrap, boxes and packaging, and questions about where it all goes. The Wisconsin DNR reminding that steel, aluminum, and paper products are all recyclable statewide, but check with your local service. Not all recyclable items are accepted everywhere.
Remember, a recycling symbol on a piece of packaging does not necessarily mean your local program is set up to accept it. Because of this, what you can recycle at home may be different than what you can recycle at your holiday destination.
She adds, if you're unsure about an item, it's better to throw it out rather than recycle it. A new state law is changing how quickly parents must be contacted if a sexual offense is reported at school, something that previously had no clear timeline. News 8 Now's Brooklyn Hine reports on the changes.
The new law requires all public, private, and charter schools to notify parents the same day a sexual offense report is made, or by noon the next day if it comes in after school hours. Until now, there was no specific deadline for when schools had to contact families.
Children aren't really great about explaining to parents what happens at school sometimes, and so having a message from the administration to the parent is very helpful.
Local administrators say many Coulee Region schools already prioritize family communication for all incident reports.
Among the first calls that we would make as practice for anything would be home. I don't think there's going to be a lot of changes with this legislation.
Victim advocates say the change ensures parents hear about serious incidents right away and can get support for their children sooner.
You can center the communication around what the parents can be offered so that they can provide services and support to the child in a timely manner.
Education professionals add that building trust and transparency with parents assists in school-wide safety.
At the end of the day, hearing the truth right away, hearing the facts right away, being apprised of the situation immediately or as soon as feasible. I think parents value that.
Brooklyn Hine, News 8 Now This Morning.
The new law also requires schools to give parents access to records regarding school employee discipline. A Whitehall man is facing child abuse charges. Edgar Valdez was locked up after police allegedly found a 14-month-old with multiple broken bones. The child's mother left the toddler in Valdez's care while she worked. His bond is set at $150,000 and he's facing 60 years in prison. The La Crosse Common Council greenlighting the Charmont Hotel's property transfer. The Weber Group plans to sell that building. The council voted to approve the transfer and authorize city staff to complete the necessary paperwork. And if you're looking for something to do this weekend, the La Crosse Community Theater's annual holiday gala will kick off tomorrow with catering, jazz, and a performance of Disney's Frozen, the Broadway musical. Santa making a splash at the Winona Family Y on Sunday from 10:30 to noon. You can decorate cookies, make holiday crafts, and swim with Santa. And check out the Holiday Makers Market Sunday from 10 to 3 at Pettibone Resort. 24 local makers and artists just in time for holiday gifts. The time now is 6:08. Still ahead on your morning news, Disney investing $1 billion in OpenAI, licensing its characters for AI-generated videos. Amazon is expanding same-day grocery delivery in some cities, and time is running out to ship your holiday gifts. And holiday shopping in store looking a little different this year here in the Coulee region. We'll explain. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. A UW La Crosse professor is spreading holiday cheer, donating more than 40 handmade wooden toys to families in need this year. Kurt Grunwald worked with woodworking volunteers to make the toys for the Family and Children's Center's holiday giving effort. Parents will receive the toys early enough to be under the tree for Christmas. And as you start to wake up this morning, leaving you with a look at Christmas, a live look at Banff, Alberta this morning. It's a view of Cascade Mountain. You can see it's all lit up for the season, looking very festive. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
At Hardee's, we're so proud of our hand-breaded chicken tenders. We want you to try them free every Tuesday.
3 free.
Join My Rewards, and when you buy 3, you get 3 free every single Tuesday, only at Hardee's.
Find happiness. Find something familiar and new. Find connection. Find culture. Find community. Find yourself at the La Crosse Symphony.
Get your tickets now for Holiday Glories on December 20th, sponsored by Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning and Hale Skemp, Hansen Skemp and Slike at lacrossesymphony.org.
It's Hy-Vee's one-day sale, Friday, December 12th. Ground chuck, just $4.48 a pound. Hy-Vee chili style or kidney beans, just 49 cents. Jack's Pizza, just $2.48. Bird's Eye frozen vegetables, just 88 cents. Banquet fruit or meat pies, just 88 cents. Plus, you'll find even more great deals across the store. Save in-store and online. One day only. Friday, December 12th, only at Hy-Vee.
The gift of relaxation and pampering is the perfect gift to give this holiday season. It is the Sue Colby's experience, the gift your special someone is really hoping for, and the gift she really deserves. Order your gift cards online today at SueColby's.com or pick them up at Sue Colby's Salon and Day Spa, because she deserves the very best.
Blain's Farm and Fleet's Christmas sale is going on now, and that means unbeatable value on unique gifts and festive favorites to celebrate the season your way. Like up to $100 in holiday rebates when you spend up to $500 on Ariat footwear, apparel, and accessories. This Milwaukee bit set, just $24.99. All Christmas candy is 20% off. Plus, now through Saturday, rewards members get a free $10 gift card for every $100 spent. Wrap up your holiday shopping for less. Only at Blain's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
For your inner child and your grown-up cravings, the new grilled cheese bacon burger. Angus beef, bacon, and Swiss and American cheese melting on our soft buttery sourdough. And our new grilled cheese breakfast sandwich with sausage or bacon and a fried egg. Only at Hardee's.
All right, what do you think?
I think this looks good, but I also think we can do a little better.
I think so too. You know, I think we can do even better.
I agree.
That's more like it.
Happy holidays from News 8 Now.
From sunup to sundown,
How is that even possible?
we show up
Every single time.
just to get down.
nailed it.
With Access Daily,
I don't like people more attractive than me, Mario.
every day we're turning it up,
Now we're
talking it up,
You want me to talk quieter?
and firing it up to make sure you're caught up.
You know what's right.
Where are we, Henry?
Access Daily with Mario and Kit.
Late night on News 8.
In our morning consumer news, Disney is investing $1 billion in OpenAI and licensing its characters for Sora, the AI company's video generation platform. Disney's equity stake in OpenAI is the first major licensing agreement for Sora. Users can make short-form videos using more than 200 Disney animated characters. That includes Mickey Mouse and Cinderella. And Amazon expanding same-day grocery delivery. The company launched that service in August to Prime members in about 1,000 cities. That'll now expand to more than 2,300. Amazon says its grocery selection for same-day delivery has also grown over the past few months. You've got less than a week of shopping left. The Postal Service says you need to send packages by next Wednesday to get them delivered before the holiday. Priority Mail gets you till next Thursday. Priority Mail Express gets you till next Saturday. And as holiday shopping picks up in the Coulee region, some stores say this year feels a little different at the register. As News 8 Now's Jadius McGee explains.
Holiday shopping is underway, but some factors are putting new pressure on both shoppers and small businesses. With Christmas right around the corner, many families are purchasing gifts for their loved ones. But economists say several factors are pushing prices higher, including rising tariffs.
We do have tariffs to take some of the blame for the higher prices, particularly in the last 6 months. We're seeing increasingly that businesses are passing on those tariffs to consumers in terms of higher prices.
Local shop owners say they're feeling those effects on the ground. Shoppers are still coming in, but sales volumes just simply isn't the same.
Prices are probably a little bit higher. I try to keep them low because I want the things to move out. I think people are much more price conscious, and they might be a little more like, we don't need 4 items, we'll just buy 2 items.
And with tighter margins, small retailers say adapting quickly is the only way to keep up during the most important shopping weeks of the year.
Retail's always kind of, you gotta be able to pivot a little bit and turn and find out what's gonna work and hope for the best and hope people come in and support the small guys. You just can't make it if you're not making a profit margin.
Local businesses say despite rising costs, they're hopeful the final holiday push will bring steady traffic this season and beyond. Reporting in the studio, Jadius McGee, News 8 Now.
All right, that wraps up our consumer news this morning. We'll send it over now to Art. He's got another update on our forecast. Art, did you say we might see the sun after this bout of dangerous
We may
cold?
see the sunshine, yeah, in parts of Saturday, but definitely on Sunday. Mostly clear skies, which means it's going to be a lot colder. That's why Sunday's going to be much colder, because there's no cloud cover out there. We're holding on to tonight. You're looking at through Sunday morning. You're looking at wind chills that are going to be down to minus 35. That is dangerously cold conditions. In fact, something like that, you could freeze with have some frostbite or so, and freeze as they get into about 30 minutes of that time. Low temperatures holding on. You could drop all the way down to minus 20 degrees, and that is for all locations. So as we get into it here, there's a look at all the advisories that are just in play just for now. Cold weather advisory just kind of showing you what's happening. We're going to see a very cold wind chills where you're seeing minus 15 to possibly minus 35 degrees, as I mentioned before. We're taking a wider view and see this moisture right now. This is what's coming our way for today. That's coming in for this morning all the way into the early afternoon for the noon hour. By 1 o'clock, we should be done with that or so, somewhere around there. We'll see more of this kind of continue to take this track and work its way down south. We're going towards Wichita all the way to St. Louis down there. But we may see some of that trying to get into play. We were hoping that some of that was going to come in for Saturday, but it doesn't look like it right now. It's dropped from like a 20% chance down to at least a 10% chance of that occurring. This morning and around noon today, as I mentioned before, snow showers happening for today, possibly as you get into it. There's a look at where it's going to be. The possibility of that continues on, then it kind of drops right on top of us. So we go right through the afternoon. So starting up along I-94 and then working its way southward. You get into it here, you can see all the way by the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hour. You're holding on to some snow by Ladysmith and then tracking towards Eau Claire. Eventually that starts to move down towards Eau Claire. Eventually getting towards Rochester as well, trying to cross the river there. You can see as it kind of does, it kind of pushes into La Crosse just for a tad bit, and then eventually it's gone. By the 8 o'clock hour, we're done. Of course, all the way into the noon hour, we're done. So we're going to be dry out by the afternoon. Holding on to the evening, though, where it gets much colder. You're seeing minus degree temperatures working in the area. La Crosse is at 2 degrees by that time. Northwesterly winds kicking in on us as well. We'll go all the way to the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock hour. You're seeing minus degree temperatures working into La Crosse as well. Eau Claire minus 6 degrees. And as we get into it, lows for tomorrow, you're looking at possibly La Crosse at minus 4, Eau Claire at minus 11, as I've shown you this before. 1 degree as you get into areas by Prairie du Chien, possible at minus 1. But you get up to the north, you're looking at least Ladysmith at minus 13 degrees. We're taking it into how this all plays out. You're seeing a few clouds come back again. We'll see possibly partly to mostly cloudy skies getting into your afternoon for Saturday, where temperatures will be minus 2 to 2 degrees for La Crosse, minus 2 for Eau Claire as well, 6 degrees down by Lansing, 7 degrees for Prairie du Chien. The wind gusts will kick up. You're going to see those wind gusts continue on by Sunday in the early morning. The winds are going to start to taper down, so you're seeing winds from 22 miles per hour all the way over to La Crosse. You're looking at 14 mile per hour winds, and they should be done and finishing out. But we'll see more of those winds kick back again as you go into Sunday. Just around the 6 o'clock hour or so, you see that come in and play with winds up to at least 30 miles per hour plus in the forecast. As that goes out, we'll get into how this all shapes up going into the wind chill for Sunday, where you're seeing some of the coldest temperatures going into the 9 a.m. hour. Before that, though, La Crosse was going to be minus 25. It gets to be, for folks going to Service, it's going to be at least minus 20. And then up to Eau Claire, you're looking at minus 22. Black River Falls, at least minus 18. Sunday's lows, this is what's going to happen. Minus 12 for you, minus 16 up there at Eau Claire, minus 9 as you get into areas by Walken, and then back over to Prairie du Chien, you're looking at minus 7. Black River Falls, minus 13. Sparta, minus 11. We'll get into the highs for Sunday, where you're looking at temperatures from 5 degrees. Pretty much everybody's going to be between at least 2 for La Crosse, Eau Claire. There you can see 4 degrees for Ladysmith, about 8 degrees for Sparta, and for Black River Falls down to the south, 9 degrees for Prairie du Chien. As we roll in how this all shapes up over the next few days, my friends, we're going to be looking at the possibility of this. Alert days for tonight going all the way through Saturday and Sunday morning, and then we're done with that. Temperatures begin to bump up a little bit, 25 degrees below seasonal average temperatures there, above seasonal averages by the time we get into Tuesday and all the way into areas right by Thursday as well. Then we drop back below seasonal averages just by about 4 degrees or so, maybe 2 degrees to 4 degrees, and we're done. That's a look at your forecast. Please be safe and prepare yourself. Back to you.
All right, Art, thank you for that. A chemical used in sunscreen overseas could soon be approved here in the U.S. We'll tell you what the FDA is proposing. Health officials warning of a rough respiratory virus season, how to keep your family safe during the holidays.
Highlights from a can't-miss wrestling duel, a big comeback over in Caledonia, and some history on the line in Sparta on the hardwood. You won't want to miss the Blitz coming right up.
'Tis the season to sparkle at Home Seasonal Concepts. Now enjoy 50% off the festive selection of trees, wreaths, garland, and all your enchanting holiday decor needs. Embrace the magic of the season. Shop holiday at Home Seasonal Concepts inside all home furniture showrooms.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
Everybody's friendly, and if you've got problems or need some help, they'll pitch in.
All the things I used to do before I came here, I still do. It gives you freedom and a little happiness.
You don't have to shovel, you don't have to mow.
I would recommend this place highly. We looked at several, and this was the top of my line. The meals, everything is just, it's great.
This right here is what the experts call a problem.
Today I'm lifting some sunken concrete.
So again, this is simply forming a new layer between the soil and the concrete, and it's expanding as we speak.
That's right.
That's moving.
It's moving.
Son of a gun.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
It's weirdly satisfying.
Isn't it?
Beef dreams to be slow roasted by Arby's, tossed in hickory barbecue sauce, and sold 2 for $6. Who are you to deny dreams? Arby's, we have the meat.
Right now at Homeworld Rugs, get 10% off Area Rug sale prices. Choose from many different shapes, sizes, and patterns, with Area Rug experts in every showroom to help you find the perfect rug. 10% off Area Rugs, going on now at Homeworld Rugs.
All right, what do you think?
I think we can do a little better.
I think we can do even better.
I agree. That's more like it.
Happy holidays. News 8 Now Sports.
Well, last night at Holman High School, fans were treated to a showdown featuring a couple programs that have had a lot of success lately on the mat, each searching for a big early season dual victory. And this one was worth the price of admission and then some. Pick things up at 113, freshman Brendan Henderson puts the Vikings in front with a pin. And then we'll skip ahead to 132. Go Hawks with the lead, but Brock Needham flips his opponent and sticks him, getting the fall to make it a 14-12 scoreline. And that's when the home side would start to go on a run. A.J. Alish dominates his opponent and gets a pin at 157 to put Holman ahead 30-20. But Waverly Shell Rock is one of the best programs in Iowa for a reason. They go on a huge run and take the lead 34-33 with one match to go to the heavyweights. Jagger Jepson of Holman against Mason Hinrichs for all the marbles, and in the third period, tied at 1 apiece. Jepson shoots the single leg with 20 seconds left, gets on top, eventually gets awarded the points in the match, and that is a wild finish. Unbelievable. Holman gets the win over Waverly Shell Rock. Number 10 team in Division II in Wisconsin over in Minnesota taking on Caledonia Houston. The home team would get off to a hot start, capped off by the senior Aiden Burns winning his match to go up 17-0 as a team, but it's hard to contain a top 10 team like GT Melman. Gunnar Kramer tries to help his team get some points as he's on his way to a 127 victory, and it wouldn't stop there. Later, Connor McDonald makes quick work of his opponent, bringing his team within striking distance, and Colton Koss was up next, and it was rinse and repeat from there. GET Melman gets a comeback victory by a score of 44-22. And as we mentioned a couple nights ago, Aquinas looking to make it a decade since their last conference loss, facing Sparta. Blue Golds, led by Samantha Davis, doing her part, brushes off a couple defenders, converts the and one to set the tone for the away side. The offense would continue to blossom for Aquinas. Eva Willenbring, her floater is good to extend the lead in the first half. Spartans trying to cut into that deficit, and they would get some help from Abby Berendes, who lays it up and in for 2, but soon after, Elena Elias and the Aquinas defense doing what they did all night long. Samantha Davis pours in 32 points, 15 rebounds, and helps lift the Blue Golds over Sparta 79-43, completing a decade of perfect MVC play. All right, that'll wrap up this Friday News 8 Sports Blitz. Hope you'll stop by again later tonight.
Time is running out at Howe's Diamond Jewelers in downtown La Crosse. These are the final days of the sale, with up to 80% off diamonds, gemstones, and gold jewelry. You won't see savings like this again, so come in now before it's all gone.
Make Menards your destination for tools this holiday season. Power up your Christmas with skill. These 20-volt brushless toolkits make great gifts. Just $79 each. Power through any project with this hammer drill kit and bit set. Only $79. This circular saw and reciprocating saw have all the power in a compact size. Your choice, just $69.99 each. Hurry, these great deals won't last long. Save big on tools all month, in store or on Menards.com.
Season's greetings to you all from Menards.
What if buying a car felt easy? At Maury's Auto Group, it does. With Maury's Best Price First, there's no haggling, no hassle, just upfront, honest pricing. And with Maury's team, you get guidance, not pressure. You always get more with Maury's. More help, more clarity, and more value. Visit any Maury's Auto Group dealership now through December 13th and get an instant $500 trade-in bonus on your new car purchase during our Joy of Savings event. Or go to Maury'sAuto.com and get more with Maury's.
I lost my son to an accidental drug overdose. This is why we created the George Ford Recovery Foundation, to champion drug use awareness, funding, and solutions so we don't lose any more kids. You know, there's an effective, simple solution. Narcan kits help save lives in seconds. They're required in schools in many states, but sadly, not in Wisconsin. To save a child's life, please sign a petition at NarcanForSchools.com.
When getting the job done right is job one, you need construction equipment that's built right. With durable Kubota engines, more comfort, and the versatility to do it all. From compact track loaders to the world's #1 selling compact excavator for 20 years, the Kubota construction lineup is ready to work. Visit your local dealer today.
In 1969, Taco John's combined Western traditions with Mexican flavors and created West Mex. More than 50 years later, it still tastes like a good idea. West Mex meals start at just $5, only at Taco John's.
This Macy's One Day Sale is one sale you can't miss, because you won't just find amazing deals on the perfect last-minute gifts. You'll also earn Macy's money to spend on anything in the store. Only at Macy's One Day Sale and Sunday.
Time is running out at House Diamond Jewelers in downtown La Crosse. These are the final days of the sale with up to 80% off diamonds, gemstones, and gold jewelry. You won't see savings like this again, so come in now before it's all gone.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today.
Tonight, dangerously cold conditions begin all the way through Saturday and into your morning on Sunday. More about that coming up when I return.
Right now this morning, shoppers are prepping for the cold weekend ahead. I'll have more info on that up next.
A new law in Wisconsin requiring all schools to notify parents the same day a sexual offense report is made. We'll tell you what's behind the change. And as the holidays approach, health officials warning of a rough respiratory virus season, how to keep your family healthy. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Friday, December 12th. It is just about 6:30 a.m. and we'll send it over first thing to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's in the Weather Center. You've got some important information to pass along this morning, Art.
Man, oh man, it's all about this getting into this wind chill that's kicking in. It's going to go all the way through tonight and through Saturday as well as into Sunday morning. Eventually, we're going to be seeing the wind chills to be at least down to minus 35 for some locations. The low temperatures possibly around, say, minus 20. That's how low they could drop. And this is for all locations. The possibility of this happening is not out of the question. This morning we have some showers coming in for the morning and then finishing out just after the noon hour. We'll also see widespread for the winds that are going to be kicking in, those wind chills, minus 15 to minus 35 degrees. Now the winds themselves will be gusty up to about 29 miles per hour plus because they're getting near 30 miles per hour. We'll take a look at what's happening. You look up by the Twin Cities up to there, you're looking at snowfall. That's coming in for today. And so this morning going into the afternoon, just around the noon hour and finishing up by 1 o'clock. More of that moisture you see coming out of areas by Billings as well as Calgary, working towards Bismarck and going down to the south. You'll see more of that continuing going down to maybe hitting Iowa possibly, and it's kind of moving out of the region. So we're not going to get that Saturday snowfall that we were expecting. We're also going to find ourselves getting into lows this morning. Temperatures from Winona, 5 degrees, minus 6 degrees for Eau Claire, and La Crosse, 2 degrees there for you, with 8 degrees down by Prairie du Chien. Quiet conditions across the board right now. Not much on the way of snowfall for anyone. But as we get into the morning hours and the afternoon, snowfall will return. As you can see for La Crosse by the noon hour, 30% chance. Eau Claire starts off for the mid-morning hours and continues into the noon hour and finishes up by then. We'll also find ourselves with the possibility of an inch or less for Eau Claire, about maybe 2 inches or less as you get in the forecast for La Crosse, 2 to 5 inches for Prairie du Chien. Back to you.
All right, thank you for that. And with those temperatures set to dip this weekend, News 8 Now Seth Padilla is live at Hy-Vee in La Crosse with how people are preparing. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Alexandra. Now, some shoppers are already stocking up so they don't have to brave the cold this weekend. Now, Sunday morning will be the coldest morning of the weekend, with temperatures plummeting to minus 10 and minus 15. The dangerous cold does have some people planning ahead, like I said, grabbing groceries and other essentials. And now, if you do plan on going out on Sunday for things like church or grocery shopping, please bundle up because it is going to be very cold. Live at Hy-Vee, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
All right, Seth, thank you for that. Meanwhile, disabled citizens are facing barriers when sidewalks go unshoveled. News 8 Now's Grace Monk has more on why advocates are speaking out.
Residents with disabilities say snow isn't being cleared off of every sidewalk in the city, making it dangerous and difficult for them to get around. The Committee for Citizens with Disabilities discussing the issue Thursday morning.
I'm literally sick to my stomach when I leave the grocery store because I know chances are I'm going to have to go into traffic.
Current rules require residents and business owners to shovel sidewalks within 24 hours of snowfall. If sidewalks aren't shoveled, the city is supposed to clear them and bill the homeowner. But some wheelchair users say that's not happening.
Last week I was in Copeland Park. They plowed all the roadways and left all the handicap ramps full of snow.
McKinney says wheelchair users have two options when sidewalks aren't cleared. Use the street or find a way to push through.
If I have to, I get up and I walk behind my wheelchair and hop on my one leg. You never know when there's ice underneath or anything, and I could take a spill real easily.
Committee members plan to explore ways to improve sidewalk conditions and hope residents will do their part this winter.
It gets in the way of people being able to get to where they need to do, get to their job, and just get out of the cold in a quick and safe manner.
Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now this morning.
La Crosse will open its emergency day center Sunday in response to the extreme cold. That'll be open from 8 a.m. till 7 p.m. at 713 James Street. Any adult seeking shelter can use it.
This is meant for anybody that might be a little bit more vulnerable in the cold. We want them to have a safe place to go, just as much as we want individuals that might be experiencing homelessness to have a warm, safe place to go during the day.
The city will determine future openings on a daily basis and provide free public transportation to and from the center. And a reminder for you this morning, when the snow or bitter cold moves in, you can track it all with the First Warn weather app. The holidays mean gift wrap boxes and packaging and some questions about where to put it all. The Wisconsin DNR reminds that steel, aluminum, and paper products are all recyclable, but you should check with your local center because not all of them accept everything.
Remember, a recycling symbol on a piece of packaging does not necessarily mean your local program is set up to accept it. Because of this, what you can recycle at home may be different than what you can recycle at your holiday destination.
She adds, if you're unsure about an item, it's better to throw it out rather than recycle it. A new state law is changing how quickly parents must be contacted if a sexual offense is reported at school, something that previously had no clear timeline. News 8's Brooklyn Hine explains the changes.
The new law requires all public, private, and charter schools to notify parents the same day a sexual offense report is made or by noon the next day if it comes in after school hours. Until now, there was no specific deadline for when schools had to contact families.
Children aren't really great about explaining to parents what happens at school sometimes, and so having a message from the administration to the parent is very helpful.
Local administrators say many Cooley Region schools already prioritize family communication for all incident reports.
Among the first calls that we would make as practice for anything would be home. I don't think there's going to be a lot of changes with this legislation.
Victim advocates say the change ensures parents hear about serious incidents right away and can get support for their children sooner.
It can center the communication around what the parents can be offered so that they can provide services and support to the child in a timely manner.
Education professionals add that building trust and transparency with parents assists in school-wide safety.
At the end of the day, hearing the truth right away, hearing the facts right away, being apprised of the situation immediately or as soon as feasible. I think parents value that.
Brooklyn Hine, News 8 Now This Morning.
The new law also requires schools give parents access to records regarding school employee discipline. A Whitehall man is facing child abuse charges. Edgar Valdez was locked up after police allegedly found a 14-month-old with multiple broken bones. The child's mother left the toddler in Valdez's care while she worked. His bond is set at $150,000 and he's facing 60 years in prison. The La Crosse Common Council greenlighting the Charmont Hotel's property transfer. The Weber Group is planning to sell that building. The council voted to approve the transfer last night and authorized city staff to complete the necessary paperwork. Some weekend events to let you know about this morning. The La Crosse Community Theater's annual holiday gala will kick off tomorrow with catering, live jazz, and a performance of Disney's Frozen, the Broadway musical. And Santa is making a splash at the Winona Family Y Sunday from 10:30 to noon. Decorate cookies, make holiday crafts, and even swim with Santa. Check out the Holiday Makers Market Sunday from 10 to 3 at Pettibone Resort. 24 local makers and artists just in time to grab those holiday gifts. In our medical news, the FDA is proposing a new ingredient for sunscreen, bemotrizinol. The chemical is commonly used in sunscreen in other parts of the world. The FDA is seeking public comments and will conduct a safety assessment before it makes a final decision. An early study of a vaccine for triple-negative breast cancer is showing some promising results. Phase 1 data from the Cleveland Clinic shows 74% of patients produced an immune response, and the shot was safe and well tolerated. Researchers will now move to Phase 2 to evaluate its efficacy. Health officials in Wisconsin are weighing in again on babies and hepatitis B. They still back babies getting a Hep B vaccine shot, breaking once again with RFK and the CDC that parents pull back. In Wisconsin in 2024, more than 3/4 of 2-year-olds received the vaccine, which protects against liver disease. U.S. health officials are bracing for what's expected to be a rough respiratory virus season, fueled by holiday travel and a new flu variant. Mandy Gaither reports.
It's a gift no one wants to give or get. But with travel and get-togethers this holiday season, respiratory viruses can be easily spread, and it's already starting.
I'm actually consulting in my hospital this week, and we're seeing a lot of influenza A here in Connecticut.
Dr. David Hill with the American Lung Association says this winter there's expected to be a surge in cases of flu, COVID-19, and RSV. CDC officials believe this season will be similar to the last, when the agency estimated that at least 1 million people were hospitalized and more than 70,000 people died from respiratory virus illnesses. Those over the age of 65 are especially at risk from getting severely sick.
The flu and COVID tend to lead to higher hospitalization rates and higher deaths in that population, so getting vaccinated is really important for that group of people.
Of the patients hospitalized for flu last season, the CDC says only about 1/3 were vaccinated. This season, there's a new flu variant. Combined with lagging vaccinations, there's a worry that things may look much worse in the weeks ahead.
Talk to your provider, try to get vaccinated. It's the best way to protect yourself and your loved ones.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Samir is 8 weeks old. He loves listening to stories and songs.
No, and Ren is 8 months. She loves talking and jumping in her jumper. Love her outfit.
Right on. Lillian is 8. She loves dancing and gymnastics.
All right, go Lillian. And Maddox is 8. He loves baseball and soccer. Happy birthday, Maddox.
All right, if you know especially someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Just upload their photo to our website. Look for the Submit Pictures button. You'll see it right there on the home tab. Coming up on Foodie Friday, cheese cravings called, and Milwaukee Burger Company has a foot-long mozzarella answer. The details coming right up.
This December at Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel, bring 10 non-perishable food items to support local pantries and get 10% off your entire purchase. Furniture, mattresses, home decor, seasonal finds. Make your home holiday ready while giving back.
I'm Jordan Rudolph, and I'm the owner of Unity Fitness. As our mission to serve and help have a positive influence on so many people, we can't thank you enough for having our back and helping us spread that mission forward into helping more people in the area.
Thank you so much for trusting us with your goals and for 10 years of support.
We view people as more than a before and after.
We're in your corner through the ups and the downs that life has to offer because we know that they'll happen.
To see if you're the right fit for us or if we're the right fit for you, head over to unityfitnesspro.com today.
Experience the thrill of gaming at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin. Whether you're a slots enthusiast or prefer the excitement of table games, we've got you covered. Enjoy delicious dining options, live entertainment, and exclusive promotions that add even more memories and adventure to your visit at any one of our 6 locations. And coming soon to Beloit. More of our amazing gaming options, amenities, and outstanding service you can count on. Find your fun today at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin.
Blain's Farm and Fleet's Christmas sale is going on now, and that means unbeatable value on unique gifts and festive favorites to celebrate the season your way. Like men's work and sports shirts and sweatshirts, 30% off. $20 off this Red Ryder BB gun, just $27.99. All Christmas lights are on sale, 20% off. Plus, now through Saturday, rewards members get a free $10 gift card for every $100 spent. Wrap up your holiday shopping for less. Only at Blain's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
The Medicare open enrollment has now ended, but if your plan is being canceled, don't worry. You have until December 31st to find a new plan. At Strive Medicare, we bring over 40 years of experience working with Medicare plans. Let our trusted local team guide you to the coverage you deserve.
We came to Strive Medicare and everything was taken care of. It was a seamless experience.
We're conveniently located inside the Social Security building in downtown La Crosse.
Call Strive Medicare today. We're here to help every step of the way.
I have active psoriatic arthritis, but with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready for this moment. Along with clearer skin, Skyrizi helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And it's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Get your home holiday ready, help your community, and save big at Furniture, Decor, and More in Westby and Boscobel. Bring 10 non-perishable food items to help local food pantries and save 10% on your entire purchase. Shop, save, and share the spirit of giving.
All right, dangerously cold conditions. We have an alert day kicking in for tonight, going all the way through Sunday morning. Now, as we take a look at what's happening, we have a minus 35-degree temperatures for the wind chills. We'll also see low temperatures possibly could drop all the way down to minus 20, and that is for all locations. So as we get into this, let's take a look here. We've got all the advisories that's in play right now. There'll probably be some more later on, but for now, this is a start. Holding on to the advisories that's showing very cold conditions, minus 15 possibly to at least minus 35 degrees for the wind chills. We'll also go a little bit wider here and show you the snowfall that's on the way for today. There it is right there, up there by Canada, as well as portions of Minnesota. We'll keep an eye on that too, and then we take a look here with this whole troughing pattern as beginning to continue to move through it. There's a cold front that's all the way stretches down to the south here and continues to move all the way there. This moisture may go southward down towards Iowa. We were hoping that would come our way and we get some more snow coming in for your Saturday, but right now it has dropped from about a 20 to 30% chance down to a 10% chance. So snowfall for this morning and around the noon hour. We should be done by the 1 o'clock hour. This is the low I was talking about, and of course most of this was actually extending all the way out here and then all the way down here. You see the low pressure system associated with that. Then it just dives down to the south once we get into some colder conditions coming in for later on tonight. You're going to see this continue on as you see this low bringing in some more snow for us. So it's going to start along I-94. We're going to be seeing mostly around 1 inch or less down to a trace possibly. La Crosse will get a half an inch or 2 inches possibly there as well. And of course 2 to 5 inches down by Prairie du Chien and then points all the way to the west of the river as well. They could pick up some decent rain, snowfall in the forecast all the way into portions of Minnesota and Iowa. We'll also see this coming in, as you can see, up to the north by I-94, then continue on all the way into portions of Eau Claire as well. They'll pick up some snowfall that gets out of the region, as you can see there, with more on the way. Now you see the troughing pattern, you still see that kind of moving out, and it kind of moves in. This area by Rochester is going to go right for La Crosse, then eventually kind of scoot out to the areas by Black River Falls and Sparta. This may go a little fast for you, so I apologize about that, but you can see it by La Crosse picking up as we go right through the afternoon possibly to finish out the day, and then eventually that scoots on out. Now, when that's done, the temperatures will begin to really drop. We get into the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock hour. We're looking at Winona all the way at minus 3, La Crosse at minus 2, and of course Eau Claire at minus 6 degrees down to 4 degrees as you get into Prairie du Chien. Lows for tomorrow, you're looking at Prairie du Chien to 1 degree, 0 degrees for New Albin, minus 4 for La Crosse, minus 11 for Eau Claire. Now that's not even talking about the wind chill that's coming into play. In fact, you'll see Saturday's highs minus 2 all the way down to about, say, up to at least minus 7. So we'll see a 2 degree temperature for La Crosse, about a minus 2 degree for areas by Eau Claire. The wind gusts kick in, you'll see wind gusts up to possibly 25 to 26 miles per hour, possibly getting up to near 30 miles per hour. Then as we go all the way into the afternoon, these winds pick up again, as I mentioned before. That's when they get closer to about 26, 27, maybe to 30 miles per hour. You can see that by Volk Field out of the region. We get into Saturday by the evening hours, you're still seeing these winds up to about maybe 25, 26 miles per hour. And that means colder conditions despite we're not in the early morning hours, but it's going to be very cold for you. By Sunday, the winds taper down to about 22 miles per hour by Viroqua and 14 miles per hour for La Crosse. So the winds taper off and we're done. But once we get into the evening and overnight hours, I should say late night hours, you're seeing those winds come back to 30 miles per hour. That's going to carry over into Monday, where the wind chill is going to be effective there. You'll see by 2 o'clock here, you're looking at the wind chill factor in the afternoon. Of course, we're going to see those temperatures holding on to minus 24 to minus 25 by Sunday in the morning hours. And then for folks that are going to service, you're going to be seeing minus 25 to minus 22 degrees. Let's take a look at what's happening over the next few days. Sunday's lows are going to get at least minus 12 degrees for you. Eau Claire will be minus 16. You get into Sunday's highs, where you're seeing temperatures from 4 degrees all the way up to about 9 degrees. La Crosse will hit 5 degrees. Areas by Eau Claire will be at least by 2 degrees. We'll carry out to see how this all plays out over the next few days, my friends. We're going to be looking at the possibility of this. Looking at temperatures just around, say, as it pops up, there you go. An alert day for today, tomorrow, and Sunday. That's for the morning hours for Sunday. 23 down to 2 degrees to 5 degrees. Then those temperatures bump up about 20 degrees or so, getting us up to about 25 degrees for Monday, and then pop up to the middle 30s for you. And that continues to upper 30s as well. Temperatures will be above seasonal average by then by at least 6 to 8 degrees. And of course, that's a look at your forecast. I'll have more about this later on. Be safe and have a great day.
It's Foodie Friday, and today we're talking about something that's been blowing up on social media. We are joined by Chef Tucker and General Manager Justin from Milwaukee Burger Company with a foot-long deep-fried mozzarella stick. Good morning to you both. This is the star of the show that's been blowing up on social media. Tell us a little bit about this. What is this?
So we start with a loaf of mozzarella, and we cut it down, and then we egg wash it and triple bread coat it in breadcrumbs, and then we deep fry it. And then I made a from-scratch vodka sauce, and then we top it with Parmesan and parsley.
Okay, and it looks and smells absolutely fabulous.
Now that's tomato vodka sauce you're talking about?
Yeah, it's tomato vodka.
All right.
Yeah.
We get into it. So what made you think about doing this? Seriously.
Well, I mean, it's like, for me, it's about like having fun with food and
Yeah.
like make it exciting. And it's kind of like one of those things where you like bridge the gap of like, what can you do, what shouldn't you do? And I don't know, I thought it'd be fun for everyone to try out. So I was just playing around the kitchen, put it out there, and people are loving it. So
Yeah, your idea worked.
Yeah. On that.
Yeah, and you even said you were kind of a little bit like, what are you doing? But the response has been kind of overwhelming, right? People are loving it.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
All right, so what else is going on at Milwaukee Burger Company? Excuse me.
We also are featuring our seafood Bloody Mary this week. This month. Every month we have a new Bloody Mary, and this month is the seafood. So this has crab legs, lobster tail, deep fried shrimp, coconut shrimp, bacon wrapped scallops.
See, look at that. That's heavy. Wow. Yeah, shrimp. You said scallops, lobster. Yep. Wow, all the fixings. Okay, and so are both of these secret items, or are they on the menu? How do we go about ordering this?
They're right on our menu. Right when you walk in, we always do limited time offers all the time. So when you walk in, we have a chalkboard with all of our specials. It's also on the back of our tap list. So it's not a secret menu, so everyone has access to all this stuff.
Okay, so it's very easy to find. Here's a closer look at this Bloody Mary. Wow, that is truly a work of art. I mean, they both are just beautiful.
So with this, what else do you have that goes with it, since you've got the food that's associated with this as well as the drink itself?
Sure. This also comes with a beer chaser. We're in Wisconsin. You have to have your beer, right? It comes with a side of cocktail sauce and a side of drawn butter as well.
Okay, so this can really be your drink and your meal
Absolutely.
all together. Okay, and then this as an appetizer, you're good to go. So we know that the Packers are now on top of the NFC. What is game day like at Milwaukee Burger?
Game day gets pretty crazy at Milwaukee Burger. We always do touchdown shots when the Packers score, so depending on how well they do, depends on how much free stuff you get. We also do giveaways, so we give away like Packer swag, drink tokens, things like that.
Right on. So where are you guys located?
We're at 3039 Medco Court in La Crosse, right next to Planet Fitness.
Okay, great. And we can keep up with you on social media.
Absolutely, on Facebook and on Twitter.
Okay, perfect. All right, there's the information up there. Do you have any different hours during football season or anything like that that we should know about?
Nope, we have normal hours. So.
Okay, perfect. All right, anything else you want the viewers to know?
No, just come out and give us a try.
Okay, perfect. Milwaukee Burger Company, thank you so much for being here this morning. We'll head out with a big cheers to you. Look at this. Thanks for being here.
Thank
Stay
you.
with us. We're back after this.
This right here is what the experts call a problem.
Today I'm lifting some sunken concrete.
So again, this is simply forming a new layer between the soil and the concrete, and it's expanding as we speak.
That's right.
That's moving.
It's moving.
Son of a gun.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
It's weirdly satisfying.
Isn't it?
More joy, more style, and more savings. That's what you'll find at King Furniture this holiday season. With our incredible stock of inventory, you can always find whatever you need ready for free delivery. And if it's a custom look you want, we have you covered. Shop our selection of England sofas and sectionals and choose from thousands of fabrics and leathers. Plus, when you trade in your old furniture, get a discount on new. And we'll haul away the old for free. There's no better time to shop at King Furniture.
I lost my son to an accidental drug overdose. This is why we created the George Ford Recovery Foundation to champion drug use awareness, funding, and solutions so we don't lose any more kids. You know, there's an effective, simple solution. Narcan kits help save lives in seconds. They're required in schools in many states, but sadly, not in Wisconsin. To save a child's life, please sign a petition at NarcanForSchools.com.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
It's definitely going to be a snow that's going to pile up.
Yeah, that's the stuff. The white stuff, to be exact.
Winter's here, and it looks like it's going to be a while.
It sure is. And don't forget, when it comes to winter's worst, expect more from the best. First Warn Weather.
A major snowfall event.
Travel will be hazardous, sometimes impossible at times.
But man, I tell you what, we have bitter cold conditions come in as we go through Wednesday afternoon.
Snowfall continues across most of the area. We still got the alert day just for that.
First Warn Weather on News 8 Now.
First Warn Weather on News 8 Now.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Santa Claus making a stop in town last night via the Canadian Pacific Holiday Train. It made stops in Tomah, Sparta, and here in La Crosse. There were some musical guests, and they also collected non-perishable food items and cash donations for local food banks. The train will continue its tour. It'll be in La Crescent this afternoon.
Temperatures are set to plummet this weekend, with some areas looking at -15. Now, some shoppers are stocking up so they don't have to brave the cold this weekend. Sunday is set to have the coldest morning of the weekend, with temperatures plummeting to -10 and -15 at some parts of the day. The dangerous cold has some people planning ahead by grabbing groceries and other essentials. If you do plan on going out on Sunday for things like church or shopping, please bundle up. It's going to be very cold. Live in Hy-Vee, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
People with disabilities say uncleared sidewalks are creating dangerous conditions. The Committee for Citizens with Disabilities met yesterday to discuss those issues. Current rules require property owners to shovel sidewalks within 24 hours of snowfall. When sidewalks aren't cleared, the city is supposed to remove the snow and bill the homeowner.
If I have to, I get up and I walk behind my wheelchair and hop on my one leg. You never know when there's ice underneath or anything, and I could take a spill real easily.
McKinney says he hopes residents and the city will work together this winter to keep sidewalks clear. Something to keep in mind there. And La Crosse will open its Emergency Day Center Sunday. The center will be open from 8 a.m. till 7 p.m. at 713 James Street. Any adult seeking shelter from the cold is welcome.
This is meant for anybody that might be a little bit more vulnerable in the cold. We want them to have a safe place to go, just as much as we want individuals that might be experiencing homelessness to have a warm, safe place to go during the day.
The city says it'll determine future openings on a daily basis. It'll also provide free public transportation to and from the shelter.
Okay, an alert day starts tonight, going all the way through Sunday morning. As you can see here, the wind chills could get down to -35 degrees. Low temperatures could drop all the way down to -20. Now, we're going to take a look at here. You can see the wind gusts for Saturday. They're up to about maybe 25, 27 degrees in some cases. We get into tomorrow's lows. We're seeing -12 to at least 1 degree. La Crosse will hit -4. You'll get into the wind chill tracker for Saturday. You're looking at -14 for La Crosse, -19 for Eau Claire. And the wind chill continues on to Sunday, where you're going to be seeing the possibility of, again, -25 to -28 degrees. Let's take a look at how this all ends as we go through the next few hours here. We're going to be seeing the possibility of this, holding on the possibility of an alert day and warmer conditions next week.
All right, looking forward to that. At least there's a little bit of relief. Thanks for that, Art. We will see you back here at noon.